Avengers Age of Ultron has just come out, and many, many, many of you have seen it, including myself, including Jenna. Milynn has not seen it yet, so there may be a few spoilers in this video. I'm going to warn you right now, and then we'll drop another alert later when we are in the meat of it. But yeah, there will be spoilers in this video for this monumental movie that had the second biggest opening ever, so I think you've seen it. I think you have. 2/3 of you have probably seen it. There was a certain character, a major character from the Marvel mythos, not there. And of course, that would be Loki, Tom Hiddleston. And then Joss Whedon talked about what happened with that in a recent interview with MTV News.
So he shot nothing, so Tom's definitely not on the cutting room floor.
No, he is.
Oh, he is?
He is. We did shoot something, and it didn't play, or it didn't, and the movie has so much, is so filled, and we didn't want it to feel overstuffed, and I really wanted to have Loki in it, but I understood the decision to that it was just like, okay, now there are too many voices in the chorus.
It's an embarrassment of riches you've got.
Yeah, at some point the embarrassment of riches is actually embarrassing.
So, not very specific as to what happened, huh? Well, later Whedon talked to the Avengers Age of Ultron Empire spoiler podcast involving the spoilers. So originally he had intended Loki to appear in the second weird dream sequence Thor has due to Wanda messing with him a lot. He's so important to the mythos, and they're like, we can't get Tom, we can't make a deal. You can have Idris. And I was like, oh, I love Idris, this is great. And then I talked to Tom saying, just so you know, I feel not bad not telling you, and I would never pressure you, but I really feel like it would have been great if you could do this. And they're like, but we already have Idris. And again, I have no problems there. Everyone's in. Basically, they thought they didn't want to pay Tom Hiddleston to do this. So where was this going? We even had a little reference to the fact that he's taken the throne, Loki, which was Tom doing his Anthony Hopkins impression when Thor says, oh, what would Father say? Then Tom doing his Hopkins impression, and Thor's like, that is uncanny. It's sort of like his subconscious is telling him that Loki was imitating his father, but he would never have made that connection. So this opens more Thor doors, I guess.
Thor doors.
Thor doors. Smashes it right open. I think it would have been interesting.
I will watch him do anything. Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, yeah.
All the Loki.
Amazing.
Bring all the Loki.
Yeah.
But I have to say, it was a really packed movie. Like, that's not
It was
wrong.
really like a showcase of remember this guy.
Yeah.
Look at her.
Well, that's
More.
the thing. Like, you're getting into these movies, and there's just so many characters. You've got such a huge cast to keep track of. Like, to have a viable storyline and have it be cohesive and not have a 6-hour movie, you can only have so much, and sometimes things just don't work.
There was a whole big sequence. We've
What if this
spoiled.
wasn't that great, guys?
Okay,
What
let's
if this wasn't that
drop
great?
it for
Can I
real.
just- yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Okay,
Big time now.
The whole family sequence with Hawkeye. Honestly, you could have accomplished that with a photograph. You didn't need to have the whole long scene. Maybe we could have left Loki in, just saying. I mean, sure, it's great to get backstory and all that. But the other thing is, we have like 50,000 more movies coming, so I'm sure we'll see him at some point.
Eventually. Well, I think he plays the best villain by far.
Absolutely.
Even though Loki is maybe not the most consequential villain from the canon.
Right.
But Tom did the best job. Okay, let's just put that out there.
Yeah.
There is also, we've talked about, also online, not we, but it has been talked about that there was an alternate ending.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which I'm so confused about, because here's the thing. The only movie I think you could ever ruin for me by telling me what happens in it is The Sixth Sense. Ever since then, like, you know what I mean? Like,
what a twist.
There's that.
Any other movie, it doesn't matter if there's a twist or whatever, because usually about 10, 15 minutes into the movie, I know what's going to happen. It's not that difficult. So it's not like I will go on Wikipedia and be like, okay, like, what happens? It doesn't mean I'll still go see the movie and enjoy it and love it. So I don't understand how there is an alternate, like, just, do they decide to, like, kill off somebody else instead?
Well,
Yeah, not
Jenna,
kill somebody.
What happened?
Break it down,
tell me
Jenna.
what happened.
They were they killed off Quicksilver in
Right,
the film.
yeah, I know that.
And they were. She said I could tell her. She did.
Oh, yeah.
She did. But they don't in the alternate ending.
basically he wakes up and goes,
Guys, he signed a multi-picture fucking deal. You know that, right? He signed a
he
multi-picture
says, I was
deal.
shot, but I'm okay after all,
47
everyone.
bullets, and I'm totally okay.
It's coming in the next movie anyways. That actor has a multi-picture deal, like, signed. It's not...
I'm not dead yet.
So what if they were triplets, Milynn, and he's playing a new character?
Maybe in this universe that happened, but you know, I know for a fact, and yes, maybe he only appears as flashbacks in the other movies, but I don't think that's true.
And he also has a cool costume like Wanda does at the end when they show them briefly as the new Avengers.
Yeah.
I think they just did it to leave more of a build up and to let have people just grieve more for this character.
I felt really bad walking in that theater. I was like, I thought Pietro would come back.
Well, that's the thing, but that's what they want to have fans do. I mean, people now know the internet spoils everything, but they want to. For the people that don't get the DVD or don't want to look on the internet and see these spoilers, you're going to have that grief. You're going to take it into the next movie. You're going to wait. And then think about how excited you would be when he shows back up and be like, oh shit, he made it!
Well, I was excited, Milynn.
Well, but just,
Before you were logical about it.
Now, what was the original cut of this movie? 3.5 hours
I'm sure
before
it
they
was.
cut it down?
Guys, I want to watch that 3.5-hour movie.
I do
would
too,
watch it.
actually. I do too. And
I
I think I'm sure all of this stuff will be on the Blu-ray, so we'll see it.
Get psyched for that in a year, but for now, you can watch it in theaters and see what they did leave in. And then tell us if you would rather have seen the other alternates, including Loki and Living Quicksilver. I feel really bad spoiling it again, but we did say spoiler.
We warned.
Listen, I've been smacked down a lot for spoiling things on accident. Anyway, let us know which one you would have preferred below in the comments, and please be sure to subscribe for more.